Hi guys, so today's video is on some recent beauty purchases, some products that I've had my eyes on for a while. Really glad I got them, and it's an assortment of products from either Sephora or my local Macy's. I do have a MAC haul coming up for you guys too. I picked up some really unique products there, but I think it'll be too much for this video, so I might have to do a part 2 for this. In any event, I have been on the fence with a couple of products. I wanted to wait for all the hype to die down. It pretty much has, and it turns out that I'm really glad with my purchases because it really does live up to the hype. And quite often I find that when I go to Sephora, and just buy something that's been out for a little bit, but the jury's not in yet on whether or not it's a great product and worth buying, which I did with the ambient powders, which I know a lot of people love them, and maybe, there's still 4 or 5 more for me to explore, but I picked the obvious colors for my skin tone at the time, and I wasn't thrilled with them, but I went out and purchased 2 of them and returned both of them. So I kind of like to wait for the hype to die down and then really take a good look at the product and weigh and measure everything that I've heard or seen through a tutorial. Otherwise, you're just throwing away money, really, especially if you don't return them. So anyway, what I decided to do was take a chance on this palette, and I'm really happy to say it's a great palette. I could have lived without it, I'll be very honest with you. I didn't necessarily need it, but I am glad that I have it. And it's the LORAC Pro Palette. It is a great palette. I love the way it feels. I love the fact that it's, a smaller, thin kind of palette that's easy to travel with. The colors and the textures are gorgeous, but I probably could have found something somewhere in my makeup collection to dupe out a lot of these colors. Steal It in the Light palette comes to mind with a few of these colors. I didn't necessarily need to get this, but I wanted to try it, so I'm really, really glad I did. And if you're looking to treat yourself to something, or if your birthday's coming up, I would totally recommend getting this palette. The palette does come with the eye primer, and the eye primer turned out to be a really good eye primer, so I thought it was a really great purchase, and I'm glad that I waited a little bit and purchased it, even though, like I said, we probably all have dupes in our makeup collections of a lot of products that we see on YouTube, and that's just a fact. But anyway, I'm glad that I have it. So I also purchased a product. It's a high-end mascara. I love high-end mascaras, and I love getting my monthly subscriptions because lots of times you'll get a little sample of a high-end mascara, and you can gauge from that little sample that you didn't have to necessarily spend $30 on to see whether or not you like it. And I've found out that Benefit's They're Real and Estee Lauder's Sumptuous Extreme, I think it is, all of them turned out to be really great mascaras when I had bought them full size. So I did not have a little sample of this. I had a different sample of a Chanel mascara, but I decided to take a chance because I heard that it was really good. And it's the Le Volume de Chanel mascara. Of course, I got it in number 10. And I'm really happy to say this turned out to be a great mascara. So if you've not tried this, you might want to look into it if you're needing a mascara and you tend to like more high-end mascaras. I definitely like high-end mascaras. I just don't like it when they don't pan out, and I shelled out $32 for it. Anyway, it's a great mascara. It comes with the wand that I normally don't like. It's that real bristly plastic wand, but it turns out this really is a great mascara. It packs on a good amount of product, but it's a controllable product, I think, because of this wand. So I really am very, very pleased with it. I use it for under my lashes where typically I wouldn't, but it's not that big of a wand where normally I like them a little bit bigger with a lot more mascara on them and wet, and I seem to work better with that type of mascara. But this is a smaller wand and still packs on a lot of product, like I said, but it just really works for me, and I can use this type of wand for my lower lashes. So I would totally recommend this, and unless it dries out way too soon, I would definitely repurchase this again. So another Chanel product I showed the other day in a video, and it is the Les Beiges Healthy Sheer Glow, it can't be the name of it, Healthy Glow Sheer Color. and it is a really great product. So it comes with a brush like this, and I got it in the number 10, and I have been using it as an all-over kind of setting powder after I do my makeup, even on top of bronzer. I'll put it, you know, on my skin and just blend it out, and I have it on today, and I think it really is just a great product. It's beautiful powder, it's finely milled, and this is why the price tag is so high on a lot of Chanel products, because it's just a superior product. It really is. It's a great product. Not to say that something like from the pharmacy would not be as good. I don't think it would be as finely milled like this is. The texture is quite, it's luminescent even with a little bit of swatch on my fingertip. It's not chalky. It feels like the finest of silky powders. It's just a wonderful product. So I really totally 100% recommend it. Okay, it's getting to be more reviews than a haul, so let me just hold off on the reviews. Okay, I purchased a NARS Creamy Concealer, which, you know, is really going strong right now, and I will say that I love it. And I purchased it in Light 2 Vanilla. I will show you. It's just a regular doe foot applicator. Reminds me a lot of my Chanel concealer. It's really very good. I will show you the color and I'll blend it out, and the consistency and the texture is just fabulous. So it's a really great brightening concealer for me, and I wouldn't use that much under my eyes, but I wanted to give you a good enough swatch where you can see just how well it conceals and just how beautiful it does smooth out to be. I think it's just a really great concealer. I mean, I think everyone needs a concealer. There's always something you can conceal on your skin, whether it's an acne scar or whether it's a pimple or whether it's dark circles. You know, I think there is always the need for a concealer, and I would totally suggest getting this. I love it. Okay, NARS Dragon Girl lipstick, which I showed the other day. I love it. It's so pretty. It's a really pretty blue-based red, and that's what that looks like. It's really pretty, and I love these velvet matte pencils. Totally love them. Okay, let's just move aside everything I've done so far. Okay, I was watching Martha Blushing Pixie, and she did an eye look with a gold pencil for her inner waterline, and I have used in the past gold and silver, and it really is a very pretty look. I have light brown eyes, and it does bring out the gold and the yellow in my eyes when I use a gold. So I went to Sephora to Makeup Forever and got number 16 in the Aqua Eyes, and it is a beautiful color. Of course, it's waterproof, and it is just very pretty. So really like this a lot. And then I was reading Marie Claire, and one of the beauty editor favorites was this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil, and I should have sharpened this. I just remembered now. I used it yesterday and I kind of dulled it down, but it is in the color Mushroom, and I think it's the current magazine that's out now, and it is just a beautiful silvery grayish taupe. And what I am wanting to do with this is put it all over my lids and, you know, blend it out and see what kind of effect that gives me, either on its own or maybe with something over it. But this is Mushroom, and it's so pretty. I love it. And then I was in Macy's and I picked up a Laura Mercier lip pencil, which I think this is my first one. And my first impression of this is that it's a beautiful color. I got it in Warm Poppy, which is very pretty. But I find it to be a little drying because it tugs at the skin when applying it. It's one of those drier pencils. Now I just have to keep that in mind, so next time I go to use this, just make sure I have my lips moisturized, or maybe a little lip balm, maybe a little foundation. Color itself is absolutely beautiful. It's going to be really pretty for fall. It's really pretty now with coral lipsticks, so that's just the one thing to keep in the back of your mind about what I'm finding with the Laura Mercier pencils, is that this one seems to be a little bit more of a drier consistency. Nonetheless, though, I think it's a beautiful color, and I did use it once and it stayed put, and it was really very nice. Okay. I'm going to go into a couple of skincare products. The same day I got the Laura Mercier lip pencil, I got this Elizabeth Arden product, and I know TJ Maxx and Marshalls carries a lot of Elizabeth Arden, but it's always things I would not use necessarily. and I always look and I see them, but to me, even if it's something is half price, if I'm not going to use it, it's a waste of money. So I got this Good Morning Eye Treatment from Elizabeth Arden. And the reason why I got it is because when I wake up, my eyes are puffy. They're puffy in the eyelids, and they're puffy here, and I have, you know, dark circles after the puffiness recedes a little bit. And it's because inevitably at some point during the evening, during the night, I sleep on my stomach. So it's my fault, but it's a habit that's hard to break. So I figured I would get this. It's supposed to help with the puffiness, and I don't know if it's supposed to help with the dark circles, but the puffiness will help if I have a product. It will help the puffiness that I get with products like these that are geared for that. I do have a rollerball that I keep in my refrigerator. That instantly helps. That is something that I always need. But I figured I would try this. And so far I haven't really seen much of a difference. Like one morning I used this, and it was just this that I used. And I was watching my YouTube videos, having my coffee, and at my desk in my kitchen, and I have my stuff in the fridge for my face in the morning, especially if I have a lot of swelling. And I put this on only just as a test, and I think the swelling just went down on its own anyway, because I was sitting up and I was awake, and blood vessels start to constrict, and everything starts to, you know, kind of just disappear from the face. So I don't know if this was really worth it, but it is nourishing for the eyes, I will say that. So I don't know if I would run out and get this necessarily, but it is a really good product, you know, at least for the nourishing part. So I got that. And then another thing I picked up, now this I happen to love, and this I happen to see a difference with my skin every time I use it. It's the DDF Amplifying Elixir. And I got this in Sephora, and I was in Costco the other day, and I see this, and I don't know if it's the same one, the same formulation. So I'm going to go back to Costco and pick it up. I just happened to see it on checkout. But anyway, this was purchased at Sephora, and this was in the past a really great product for me. And I happened to get these little samples of this Amplifying Elixir from a lot of my monthly subscriptions. So I've used it, and I've only used samples before, but I have to say it really does something for my skin. I love serums on the skin certain times of the year, and certainly at night when I don't want to fuss too much, I definitely have to put a serum on. And I really happen to like this, and I've seen that it hasn't evened out skin tone or anything like that for me, but it just has made my skin in the morning feel not tight, but it feels like it's done something with left with a little bit of like a moistured kind of feeling, like a moisturized kind of feeling to the skin, like it's still there in the morning, and everything that it needed to sink in to do its job has done it, and it just kind of leaves like a little bit of a surface, I don't know what's the word I'm trying to use, not surface oil, but it leaves like a moisturized feeling on the skin. Is that explaining it way too much? It's just a good serum. I should probably have just said it's a good serum. I really, really like this though. And I do want to check out the one from Costco. I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, but I will check that out. So if you guys see this at Costco, let me know, because this is $70 in Sephora. You know, I'm just saying, so it's kind of crazy if it's in Costco now. Okay, and then I purchased eyelash curler from Sephora, and it's from Shiseido, and I've had this before, but I don't like it, and I don't remember not liking it before. But the reason why I don't like it now is because it seems like it's not, although looking at it this way, it looks like it's curved, but it just seems, when I go to put it on my eyes, it's almost like flat across. Now I can't really curl my lashes today because I have false eyelashes on, but it just doesn't sit well in the eye socket. It just seems like it's not really reaching my lashes. So that was, you know, disappointing. My Chanel one is still good. I just have to find the rubber pieces to add to that, because what I have now is kind of like, you know, been worn down, and I need to replace them. But really disappointed with the Shiseido one. And I have two more products, and they are perfumes, and they're both rollerball perfumes. Cocoa. And the first one is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme, which I completely love, and I love Dolce & Gabbana perfumes. I love their advertisements in magazines. I think they're so sultry and alluring and sexy, but I find that with their perfumes too, so it's just like a really good, sweet, spicy perfume. And then I picked up, and I always spray it in Sephora, but I never bought the full size of it, and I don't know why. I don't know if I would use it as much as I would the Rollerball, but it's Daisy by Marc Jacobs. It's very young, very sweet, very floral. It's very pretty. I tend to go for more of these spicier, sweet fragrances, but nonetheless, I do love this. And for some reason, and let me just reacquaint myself with this for a second, it doesn't remind me of Chanel Chance, but like Chanel Chance, even though it's sweet, has still like a spice to it. This is just really all out sweet, but I like it. It smells summery. I think this is a great summer fragrance. Someone asked me to do a fragrance collection, and I would have to include a lot of the rollerballs that I have, but I would do it. And this would definitely qualify for a great summer scent. I guess hence the name Daisy. Anyway, it's not what I have on today. I have on, what do I have on? I don't even know what I have on. I have Dolce & Gabbana the One on, so they really don't mix, but it's a really pretty, pretty fragrance. It's definitely summer and flowers. It really is. I mean, of course, the name is Daisy. Okay, but the next one is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme, and I smelled this from an insert in one of my magazines and instantly fell in love with it. And I take those inserts out and I'm rubbing it all over me like I'm like, you know, getting every bit of it out of there. And I love this. So this one's definitely sweet and spicy. It's got a depth to it. It's got like a woody aspect to it, but that's what I like. I like things that smell sexy. I mean, this is not boardroom perfume by any means. You can wear this to the office, but it would be pretty distracting to wear this in a boardroom. It's that nice. Anyway, that's how much I've used of it, and it's relatively new. I've used about half of it. I always carry rollerball perfumes with me in the summertime. Well, there's always one in my bag anyway, because they're just so much easier to tote around than a regular spray. Even a small spray, this is just somehow better, especially with clutches. So it looks to be it, guys. So that is my most recent beauty haul, and then I'm going to come back to you with my MAC purchases. So I hope you enjoy this. Leave me some comments. I'm trying to be better about my comments, but sometimes it goes days. I think the last time I commented for a video that was like 2 weeks ago, so I'm sorry about that, but I will try and be better about it, and I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.